What I tell job candidates when they call me for advice. Because I'm the CEO of a recruiting firm, because I've been in a leadership role for 30 plus years, and I've run some other companies as a CEO, I know a ton of people, and I'm connected to a lot of people on LinkedIn. So friends of mine or even strangers reach out all the time asking me for advice when they start their search, right? They just got laid off or they're looking to make a change and they just want to chat. They don't necessarily want to hire, a headhunter and pay to have everything redone or pay to have their resume done. They just are looking for somebody to chat with for a few minutes and kind of get them jump started and guide them in the right direction. Here's what I tell most people when they call. Now, it depends on the situation, right? So it can vary, but generally, here's what I say when people call me. In no particular order, I'm going to give you 7 things here. Now, I usually tell them probably a lot more than this and the conversation goes longer, but I want to give you 7 tips on this particular episode. Okay, number 1 is a no-brainer, but I'm going to say this out loud. And that is, yes, immediately update your resume and your LinkedIn profile with all of the pertinent information. Now, here's the key and the reason for bringing up number 1, even though it's obvious, right? So often there are lots of accomplishments or things that have happened over the last several years, or maybe the recent couple of years, and people just haven't added that to their profile. They haven't put those accomplishments or milestones on their profile. Please do that. That is number 1. Anything that you've done or you've kicked ass at or you've accomplished or projects you've led that are recent or new, make sure you add that stuff to your LinkedIn profile and resume. So that's number 1. Number 2, regarding LinkedIn and your profile, that is, update the picture and make sure it's good. Okay. Doesn't have to be a professional photographer that took the photo, but it needs to be a very good looking photo and up to date, not fuzzy, not with your dog, not with your kids, nice professional photo. Okay. It doesn't have to be in a suit and tie, but it needs to look good. Okay. So number 1, the photo. Number 2, just all of the content needs to be blown out, so to speak. What I mean by that is, in my opinion, some people would disagree with this, the LinkedIn profile should look very similar to the resume. Maybe not quite as detailed, but add a lot of detail on there. Most people make the mistake of just putting the title and maybe like a 1-line thing under each job. Don't do that. Put a lot of information on there. And the reason you want to do that is because it needs to hold keywords. Recruiters search LinkedIn by keywords. They're trying to pull your profile up from certain words they're putting into their search filters. So the more keywords and verbiage you have on your LinkedIn profile, the more likely it is that you'll be found. So blow out the content on your LinkedIn profile. Make it look very similar to your resume. Okay. Continuing on with advice around your profile. Keep it a little bit fun, a little bit authentic. Some good, interesting things in there about you as a person, right? Hobbies, maybe volunteer work. Don't make it too stuffy. Check out my own LinkedIn profile for an example. Okay. I got a couple of little fun things in there. It'll make you sound and look more human and be more attractive as a profile because it'll just make you more approachable and personable rather than dry and stale like a robot. Okay. And then the next thing is regarding your profile is this: be active, be on LinkedIn and be active. Okay. Like things, comment on things, share things, do your own posts, comment on viral threads where a lot of people are commenting and so forth. LinkedIn is like a trade show. It's like an ongoing trade show where you're walking around passing out business cards. Okay. The more active you are, the more likely it is that you'll be seen and maybe picked up by a recruiter. Okay. Next, moving on with my tips. Tip number 3. Okay. moving away from LinkedIn for a minute. Your network. Tell everybody. Contact every single recruiter you know that you've ever talked to. Contact former supervisors, former colleagues. Tell everybody in your network. Have a chat with them. Let them know confidentially if you have to, but let them know that you are looking. Okay. Have those conversations with people. Number 4, watch certain job boards. Okay. Follow certain job boards. Follow certain hashtags on LinkedIn. Follow certain job boards on LinkedIn from companies. Follow certain hashtags and things on Indeed. Follow certain companies. Okay. For example, Riderflex, our own recruiting firm. We have a careers page on the Riderflex website. Follow that. Follow other career pages from other companies that you might be interested in. Make a list of certain websites to follow and check on a regular basis. Next, number 5, target specific companies that you would love to work for. Okay. And find leaders within that company and try to make contact with them. If you want to work for ABC company in a specific industry in Denver, Colorado, target that company, follow them on LinkedIn, find out who the VP of hiring is, get a hold of them and say, hey, it's me, Johnny. I want to work there. Okay. Be aggressive. Get a hold of hiring managers, even if they don't have a job posting, and make sure that you're telling them you'd love to work for their company. Number 6, don't wait. Okay. Don't just put your resume into a system, let's use Riderflex, for example. Let's go back to Riderflex. Don't just upload your resume to a job board like Riderflex for a specific job and hope somebody calls you. Okay. Be more proactive than that. Find out who the hiring manager is or the recruiter, or maybe send an extra email to somebody at the company and say, hey, it's me, Johnny. I uploaded my resume. I followed the process properly, but I also want to send you this note and say, I really want that job, blah, blah, blah. Be aggressive. Okay. Don't just apply and wait. Okay. Contact people in addition to that. I recommend that. And last but not least, on what I tell people when they call me for advice, plan on it taking longer than you think and plan on spending a bunch of time on your job search. It will take time. It will take longer than you anticipate. I mean, the interview process alone could take a month, right? People make the mistake of thinking, well, I got a big severance in, so this severance pay will last me through the summer. So I'm just going to take 3 months off and then I'll start my job search in September, hoping that I am employed by October. And then guess what? Fall comes, the holidays come, and then now it's January and you're still not hired. So don't wait. It's always going to take longer than you think. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.